Level 1. The Curious Beginner. It's 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. You're 21 years old, scrolling through YouTube on your laptop. You click on a video with millions of views. McGregor versus Habib, October 2018. You've heard the names, but you've never watched mixed martial arts. You're about to. The octagon looks smaller than you expected. Two men about to fight in an 8-sided cage. 70 million people worldwide watching. The energy is electric, even through your laptop screen. The referee signals to start. McGregor moves forward, confident. Habib shoots for a takedown. The fight is chaos, striking, grappling, submissions, ground control. It's not boxing, it's not wrestling, it's everything at once. Round 4, Habib locks in a neck crank. McGregor taps. Fight over. The crowd erupts. The chaos afterward is legendary, but what stays with you is the fight itself. Two men who trained their entire lives for this moment. The skill, the conditioning, the absolute violence executed with technique. You can't stop watching. You spend the next 3 hours watching more fights. Anderson Silva, Georgia St. Pierre, John Jones, Ronda Rousey. You're fascinated. Monday morning, you search for MMA gyms near you. You find one 15 minutes away. That evening, you walk in. The gym smells like sweat and mat cleaner. Heavy bags hang from the ceiling. A cage sits in the corner. Fighters are drilling techniques, sparring, rolling on the ground. A coach sees you standing there, looking lost, and walks over. First time? You nod. He asks if you have any martial arts experience. You say no. He says everyone starts somewhere. Beginner's class is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Show up in workout clothes and a mouthguard. That's it. Level 2. The White Belt. Your first class is humbling. 30 people in the room, all skill levels. The warm-up destroys you. Burpees, push-ups, sprawls, shadow boxing. Your cardio is terrible. You're gasping for air while others look barely winded. Then comes technique. The coach teaches a basic jab-cross combination. Seems simple, it's not. Your punches are slow, your balance is off, you're using your arms instead of your hips. The coach corrects you repeatedly. Then grappling. He teaches a basic hip escape and trap and roll from bottom position. You drill it with a partner. You're stiff, tense, using too much strength and not enough technique. Your partner, who's been training 6 months, makes everything look effortless. You feel like you're wrestling a mattress. After an hour, you're completely exhausted. You could barely drive home. You come back the next day and the day after. 3 times a week becomes 4. 4 becomes 5. You're learning the basics, how to throw punches properly, how to check kicks, how to shoot for takedowns, how to escape bad positions on the ground. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu becomes your obsession, the chess match of submission grappling. Every position has counters, every submission has escapes, there's always something to learn. 6 months in, you do your first sparring session, light contact. You're paired with someone who's been training a year. He pieces you up, touches you with jabs you don't see coming, takes you down at will, passes your guard easily, submits you 3 times in 5 minutes. You're not discouraged, you're motivated. That's what you want to be able to do. A year into training, the coach asks if you want to take an amateur fight. You're terrified and excited. You say yes. The next 2 months, you train 6 days a week, hard sparring, wrestling, conditioning, cutting weight. You're 22 years old, about to fight another human in a cage for the first time. This is insane. This is what you want. Level 3, the amateur fighter. Your first fight is at a local promotion, small venue, maybe 300 people. Your opponent is also 0-0. You're both nervous, both making debuts. The cage door closes. The referee starts the fight. Your hands are shaking. Your opponent rushes forward throwing wild punches. You clinch. You take him down. You've trained this thousands of times. From guard, you work to mount. You rain down punches. He turns to his side, trying to escape. You take his back. You sink in a rear naked choke. He taps 45 seconds into the first round. Your first win. The adrenaline dump afterward is intense. Your hands won't stop shaking for an hour. You just fought someone. You won. This is the most alive you've ever felt. You're addicted. Over the next 2 years, you fight 8 more times, 6 wins, 2 losses. One loss is a submission you got caught in. The other is a decision where you got outstruck. Both taught you what you need to improve. Your striking needs work. Your cardio needs work. Your fight IQ needs work. You train harder. You're 24 now. 9 amateur fights. 7 wins, 2 losses. Your coach thinks you're ready to turn professional. Amateur fights don't pay. Professional fights do. Not much at your level, maybe $500, $1,000 if you're lucky, but it's professional. You can say you're a professional mixed martial artist. You sign your first pro contract with a regional promotion. Level 4, the professional fighter. Your professional debut is against an opponent with 3 wins and 1 loss. He's more experienced. You're the underdog. The fight goes the whole 3 rounds. You lose a decision, but you prove you belong at this level. Your next fight you win by submission in the 2nd round. You're 1-1. This is the grind, fighting for small promotions, making barely enough to survive, working part-time jobs to pay rent, training full-time to improve. Over 3 years, you fight 14 times, 10 wins, 4 losses. You're developing a reputation in the regional scene, decent grappling, improving striking, good cardio. You're winning more than you're losing. Bigger regional promotions start calling. The pay increases. $1,000 per fight becomes $2,000, then $3,000. Still not enough to live on, but it's progress. You're 27 with a professional record of 10 wins and 4 losses. You get the call every regional fighter dreams about. The UFC is looking for a short-notice replacement. One of their fighters pulled out injured. They need someone to step in on 3 weeks' notice. The pay is $12,000 to show, $12,000 to win, plus the opportunity to fight in the biggest MMA organization in the world. You don't hesitate. You accept immediately. Level 5, the UFC debut. 3 weeks to prepare. You're flying to Las Vegas, fighting in the UFC. The smallest venue UFC uses, but it's still the UFC. You're on the undercard, the prelims. Nobody knows who you are. That's about to change. Or you're about to get exposed. This is the test. Your opponent is 2-1 in the UFC. He's been here before. This is your first time. In the back, before you walk out, your hands are shaking. The UFC staff walks you to the octagon. You can hear Joe Rogan commentary in the arena. The lights are brighter. The cage is the same size, but feels different. The moment is enormous. The first round is a feeling-out process. You're tentative, he's confident. He tags you with a clean cross that wobbles your legs. You shoot for a desperation takedown. You get it. You're in his guard. You survive the round. Between rounds, your corner is screaming advice you barely hear. Round 2, you find your rhythm. You start landing combinations. Your wrestling is working. You take him down twice, control him against the cage. You win the round clearly. Round 3 is a toss-up. Both fighters exhausted, both landing shots. You secure a late takedown and control the last minute. The fight ends. You think you won. 2 rounds to 1, maybe? The judge's decision is announced. Unanimous decision, you lost. 29-28 on all 3 cards. They gave him rounds 1 and 3. You're devastated, but you earned the UFC's respect. You fought a tough fight on short notice. They offer you another fight. You're in the organization now. Level 6, the UFC contender. Your second UFC fight is in 3 months. Full training camp this time. You're motivated. You know you belong here. You need to prove it. The fight is at a UFC Fight Night card. Better visibility. You win by submission in the 2nd round. Your first UFC victory. The post-fight bonus is $50,000 for performance of the night. That's more money than you made in your entire regional career. You're blown away. Over the next 3 years, you fight 6 times in the UFC. 4 wins, 2 losses. You're establishing yourself. Not a star, but a solid fighter who's competitive in your division. You're ranked number 14. The fights are getting harder. The competition is the best in the world. You're learning what separates good fighters from elite fighters. It's not just technique, it's fight IQ, timing, the mental game, the ability to make adjustments mid-fight. You're 30 years old with a UFC record of 4 wins and 3 losses. The promotion offers you a fight against the number 8 ranked fighter. A win moves you into the top 10. A loss probably means you're fighting to stay in the organization. This is a pivotal fight. This determines whether you're just a UFC fighter or you're a legitimate contender. The training camp is the hardest of your life. You're working with the best coaches you can afford, high-level sparring partners, nutritionist for your weight cut. Everything is dialed in. You've never been more prepared. The fight is scheduled as the co-main event on a pay-per-view card. Millions watching, your biggest stage yet. The fight is a war. 3 rounds of back-and-forth action. He takes you down in the first round. You get back up and outstrike him. Second round is close, lots of clinch work and dirty boxing against the cage. Third round, you hurt him with a head kick. You swarm that can't finish. The final bell rings, split decision. Your hand gets raised. You just broke into the top 10. You are a ranked UFC fighter now. Level 7, the title contender. Winning gets you attention. Sponsors start reaching out. Your social media following explodes. The UFC gives you better placement on cards. You're fighting in main events now. Your pay increases. $30,000 to show, $30,000 to win, plus sponsorship money, plus bonuses. You're actually making a living from fighting. You fight 3 more times over 18 months. 3 wins, 2 by finish, 1 by decision. You're ranked number 4 now, 1 or 2 wins away from a title shot. The champion is a dominant wrestler with 5 title defenses. Everyone agrees he's the best in the division. Beating him is considered nearly impossible. You want the chance to try. The UFC offers you a title eliminator fight. Winner gets the next title shot. The opponent is ranked number 3, another tough wrestler with knockout power. The fight is 5 rounds because it's the main event. This is what you've been working towards since you watched McGregor and Khabib at 2 a.m. on your laptop 9 years ago. Training camp is 12 weeks. You're doing everything right. Your wrestling has improved dramatically, your striking is sharp, your cardio is elite. You've become a complete mixed martial artist. Fight night arrives. You walk to the octagon as the main event. Your song plays. The crowd is electric. This is the pinnacle of the sport. The fight is competitive through 4 rounds. You've won 2 rounds, he's won 2 rounds. Round 5 determines who gets the title shot. You dig deep, you take him down, you control him on the ground, you land ground and pound. The final 10 seconds, you're holding top position, raining punches. The bell rings, you stand up, you know you won. Decision is announced. Unanimous. You won all 3 rounds on one card, split on the others. It doesn't matter. You won. You're the number 1 contender. You're fighting for the UFC Championship. Level 8, the UFC Championship fight. The title fight is scheduled 4 months out, the biggest fight of your life. The promotion does a whole season of The Ultimate Fighter with you and the champion as coaches. The show is tough. Living in the house, away from family, daily filming, coaching fighters, building hype for the fight, but it's all worth it. The exposure is massive. Fight week arrives. The press conference, the weigh-ins, the stare-down, 20,000 people in the arena, millions watching worldwide. You're fighting for a UFC championship. Win, and you're the champion. Lose, and you're just another contender who came up short. The pressure is immense. The first 2 rounds are brutal. He takes you down repeatedly, controls you. You're losing clearly. Between rounds, your corner tells you need a finish. You have to take risks. Round 3, you explode. You land a huge right hand that drops him. You swarm with ground and pound. The referee stops it. You're the new UFC champion. You just won the belt. You're screaming. Your coaches are screaming. The crowd is going insane. They wrap the belt around your waist. You're the UFC champion. The journey from watching a fight on your laptop at 2 a.m. to standing in the octagon as world champion took 9 years. 9 years of training 6 days a week, of weight cuts and injuries, of wins and losses, of fighting for no money, then small money, then real money, of grinding through amateur fights and regional promotions before finally reaching the UFC. 9 years to achieve what most people think is impossible. And somewhere right now, a 21-year-old is watching a UFC fight on their laptop at 2 a.m. Tomorrow, they might search for MMA gyms nearby. Most won't, but a few will. A few will start training. Most of them will quit, but a few will stick with it. A few will take their first amateur fight. A few will turn pro. A tiny fraction will make the UFC, and maybe 1 will become champion.